Oh, they mad, Chris. They mad. People are
Which
mad.
ones? Which ones?
I see the punkers are mad.
Good.
Uh, good for them. As a person I don't like calls them the Cody crybabies. They're mad, and the
Everybody's
people,
mad.
people that hate The Rock, they're mad. It's a great day to be a wrestling fan. We got, you know why they really mad?
Why?
Because nobody figured it out. But we
They all
we
thought they had it figured out, didn't they?
but we understand what's going on. We here at Front Row Wrestling Podcast. I am Mr. KS. That is Chris. We are reviewing the 2025 Elimination Chamber, which was one hell of a show. Um, Off the jump, we
Yeah.
got good. I mean, off the jump. I mean, I don't know if you scour the internet with wrestling stuff. You seen people that keep saying, "Oh, Jade will return soon." Like, duh.
Well, we knew that. Where and when was the story, where and when.
But Jade came in and she put a whipping on that girl Naomi.
She did. She did. Hey Ralph, how's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in.
And what's going on, Ralph? So you didn't really understand why she was whipping Naomi.
Listen. It's funny. It's funny. Ralph is here now too, watching us because he told me the exact same thing you did earlier, and I said, "Dude, did you and Ray talk before this? Did y'all collaborate on a story with each other?" Because I mean, maybe it's because I don't watch it full time, and I'm only getting clips and bits and pieces of matches that I'm watching highlights of, and I'm not keeping up with the little things. Maybe it's that. I don't know. But it did not register to me what you were telling me. And I'm going to let you say it in just a minute yourself because this is yours, your story, what you was telling me. I was thinking, I was like, oh, here she come. Liv's going to get beat down. Liv's going to get beat down. And then she did not beat Liv down. What did she do, Ray?
She put a whipping on that girl Naomi. She put a whipping on her.
I was like, what? What is this?
So, and like I told you, I've been with my woman for 20 years. It'll be 20 years this year. You kind of got to think like a woman a little bit, okay? It's hard. It's hard for some fellas to do because
I don't have breastises. I can't think like a woman.
well, not that. Some of these male wrestling fans ain't really been with a woman, so they can't understand a woman because they're not around any of them. So that part.
They
But
get out of
anyway,
mom's basement for a little bit. They could venture out and see some people.
you can't understand women by living in your mama's basement. That don't work. That don't work. But anyway, it was Jade and Bianca, right? They became tag team champions, and did the whole bestie thing, matching outfits, all that stuff, right? But before it was Jade and Bianca, it was Bianca and Naomi,
Right.
and then here come Jade. So Naomi felt some type of way about that, and she took Jade out. And then what happened after she took Jade out? She glowed up, as she said, right?
Right.
So that's why that happened. If you look at it that way,
I see. And
Naomi,
I was like, man, how did I miss this? So I was
that's
thinking to myself, how did I miss this? And it's got to be because I'm not putting full time effort into watching anymore. It's got to be. I mean, shame on me.
yeah,
If I'm gonna be on here with you, I should be watching more full time. But
one of the best times in wrestling, and you just like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch. You
well,
and Vince used,
it's because I got this mixture of joy and disappointment all at the same time, man.
here's
It's
why
hard, man.
here's why wrestling never disappoints me. For one simple reason. I don't let what I want to happen affect the way I watch wrestling. Just because I understand everything that I want to happen ain't gonna happen. I'm not booking it. So and what I want to happen may not be the right thing to happen. But some of these people can't watch it and they have heart attacks and break their TVs and burn their
Well,
merchandise, overpaid merchandise because WWE didn't do what they wanted them to do. Like, who the hell are you?
speaking of such, I ran this little theory by you earlier. I want to put it out there so people can't say I didn't. Neither one of us said it down the road or anything. But I told you earlier. There's been things in the past where a wrestler would fake being attacked. Right?
Hmm.
He would mess the area up and be laying there like he's hurt. He or she was hurt. and then that was it. I told you, I said, what if Jade did this? What if it's one of them double turns they're putting on? It's like Jade did this and she's trying to get Naomi completely out of the picture because she's jealous of Naomi being a part of the group and getting Bianca's attention. She doesn't want that. And they do all this stuff. So she fakes it and she comes out and she jumps on Naomi and beats her down hard and hurts her. So she's gonna be gone for a little bit. Just like, Jade was at this point. And in the meantime, Bianca has to determine who's telling the truth and who's not. And it turns out that Naomi was, okay, but Jade had done that whole bit to keep Bianca to herself as a friend. I'm not saying that they're doing it, but I'm saying they're known for now for just throwing these swerves at us, And I mean, I'm like, what if it's a swerve?
Well, I don't want to be that guy that says that's a Vince thing, but that sounds like a Vince thing. That's because that's a
But they
little too.
all, I mean, but Hunter learned from Vince. He was under Vince for a long time. Maybe he don't take all his stuff to heart, but I mean, maybe he takes a few things and runs with it. I don't know.
Sometimes you got to learn what to do, and sometimes you got to learn what not to do. Triple H learned what not to do.
Ralph says that Naomi seemed too relieved when they found that video of Liv and Raquel following Cargill. I knew she was guilty from that point. I bet the real video surfaces soon. And it very well could.
Jay gonna have the video. Jade's gonna show you the video because she done went and got the video somehow because WWE couldn't get it for the last 2 months.
Yeah,
and she's gonna show y'all. I got the video, and that's how she know. Or, I mean, she was the one that got whipped. You don't know who whipped your ass.
Well, if you got jumped from behind, blindsided, you didn't see nothing. You're out hurt, you're knocked out cold or something. They keep beating you. Maybe you don't know, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna go that far.
She was found face up, not face down. So face down, I can say yeah, she didn't see it, but she was looking when she was going through that windshield. She was looking exactly at who whipped her ass. So
see, but you would think if you're putting like reality into it, which we shouldn't because it's wrestling. But if you're putting reality into the thought, then Naomi had to know when she was coming down there, she was coming for her. And I watched the video again earlier of it, and when you look at Naomi and Liv looks scared, but Naomi don't look too comfortable.
Give credit to all three. Give credit to Liv. Give credit to Naomi. Give credit to Bianca because Bianca was going off in that pod.
Right, she was trying her best to get out and stop what was going on. But like I said, though, Naomi looked a little bit uncomfortable at that point. So I mean,
it was awkward because she didn't think Jade was coming. She didn't know Jade was coming out there.
Yeah. I know, Ralph. I know.
Like in storyline, she didn't know Jade was coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Bianca won Elimination Chamber. Man, that was it was a brutal match. It wasn't bloody brutal, but it was brutal because it looked like shit hurt. Especially that whip that Bianca did with Liv with that hair. Like you heard that.
When that piece that she wears hit the cage or the plastic or something like that loud noise.
Yeah, Liv was bleeding across her her stomach. She had a nice whelp, so she really connected with that damn hair. So
yeah,
but I mean, like I said, it was a good match. It wasn't bad. I don't really have any complaints about it. It was the crowd was into it. It was a lot of action. Nobody was made to look stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it was a pretty good match. And I, at the end, I sent you a message. I was like, yeah, Liv's winning this. And then
yeah. And I told you, look, it was funny. We're real time talking. I said, don't count my girl Alexa out just yet. A minute later, pinned out, and I get a message going, guess you was wrong. And I'm like, all right.
It's funny when I opened the message, I seen it, and then she got pinned.
Yeah. and then I sent you like a voice message like a split second before yours hit the screen. So I was like, damn it. And you're like, looks like you was wrong. But then yeah, it come back on you though. You was not exactly correct yourself. So
I said Liv was winning, but I was just going by process of elimination and who was left and what I thought made sense to me. But like I said before, just because I think something don't mean that's the way it's supposed to be. Don't mean it's the right way it's supposed to be. And now looking back at it, I'm still trying to see where Bianca goes as far as this whole thing with Jade, and I think uh, um, Bianca will win whoever she faces at WrestleMania. I think Bianca's going to win that match, and I think we're going to get Jade and Naomi.
Well, we
And
got as far as
I
the
don't,
women
I
go,
don't know how that,
you already got
I don't
Charlotte challenging Tiffy time. So I mean, what's the? She's got to go out to Rhea Ripley.
who Charlotte
Bianca.
or Bianca. No, well, I
I mean,
mean that
Charlotte
they know.
already challenged Tiffany.
Well, no, they have Rhea and Io have a match for the title Monday. So
Yeah, but Io's not going to beat her on Monday Night Raw for that title.
I didn't think they were going to lose them tag team titles either, and that
That's
happened.
true.
So
I see Jack Robiton's in the group watching too. He says, what's up, Jack? He says, pro wrestling's hot. It's a great time to be a fan. I feel like I'm back in '96 again.
see that's 96. I was a year out of high school, so wrestling was not on my top of list. I mean, I was still watching, but wrestling wasn't on my top of list things to do at all. I was 18. Nah. Um, my favorite year was like I told you before that decade between 85 and 95.
Yeah.
95 it was starting like 93, 94, 95 was starting to peter out because that was just bad. I mean, when Raw started in 93, it was pretty cool, but then that faded real quick. So, but yeah, Bianca wins. Damn good match.
Yeah, it was.
What,
It was good.
what was the next match after that?
I want to say it was a tag team match, wasn't it, with Trish and Tiffany Stratton
Yeah.
versus Nia Jax and
I
Candice
only
LeRae.
caught some of that match. I didn't really watch the whole thing. I saw when Trish did the Stratisfaction off the top of the top rope, which was whew, she did that with Nia Jax. God bless you, Trish. I mean, I love Nia
I
Jax.
don't look. We can't talk about Trish Stratus. It's a sore subject right now. Okay.
You deserved all of that. I'm just saying.
No, it's
You
a
just
sore subject. We can't discuss.
the world has a way of working things out when people start bragging about hanging around
Oh,
gorgeous women such as Trish Stratus, and you start hanging around chicks like that, and you start bragging about, yeah, I'm going to see
I
her.
I had the
The world has a way
opportunity.
of correcting that, my boy. The
Look,
world,
I had the just so the people know, I had an opportunity. I've done squandered it now by buying my ticket too soon, I guess, without paying attention. But the
mhm.
Lexington, Kentucky Comic Con has Trish Stratus and Lita both coming there. I've already met Lita years ago in Panama City. I got a picture with her and an autograph, so I'm happy with that. But I was going to get to meet Trish Stratus. And just this past Saturday here in Nashville, we had a Comic Con and Mickey James was there. So I got my picture made with her and autograph from her. So that was going to be my big three right there. Also, have all three of them. And in Lexington, I was going to get one of those, you can get a photo op done at a Comic Con. I was going to get one with Trish and Lita both. So I would have been right in the middle. And I told Ray he's going to get a picture as soon as I got it. And I was going to send it to him. And I bought my ticket for Friday, not knowing they weren't going to be there on Friday. It's only Saturday and Sunday only. So the world, like he said, the universe has come back on me with full karma and has ruined my dream of
Now,
seeing Trish Stratus.
when you told me that, I told you I hope you slip on a banana peel when you step up to meet her. And,
Right.
but I must say, this is way better. You're not even in the room.
You're enjoying this a little bit too much. That's all I'm going to say. You're enjoying this a little bit too much.
You seem to enjoy telling
Mm.
me, hey, I get this be a random day. All of a sudden, I get a ding in Messenger. And this guy standing next to Lita, standing next to whoever. I'm like, fuck her.
Uh, it was,
I'm
and Lita
both.
was really cool too. I got to talk to Lita for like 15 minutes. She was pretty cool.
Yeah, shoot your shot, bro.
I'm just saying.
Shoot.
That's a long time
Your,
ago, though. It was a long time ago.
yeah, Eminem said you only get one shot, bro.
I took it. I took it.
I ain't mad at you. You get one shot. Worst she can say is no.
But back to the match, though. It was a good match. It was a good match. I thought that you know what I thought was cool about the match, though.
What's that?
That I'm not going to say that Nia allowed it. She might have allowed it. Maybe she has some control. I don't know. The fact that Tiffany Stratton pinned Nia Jax, not Candice LeRae, that says a little bit more about her than it did before.
She had to take that pin. She had to be the one because it means absolutely nothing by pinning Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
Means nothing.
Yeah, if she pinned Candice LeRae, they're still going to say that Tiffany might not be a strong champion of any kind, and she still may not be. She may lose it here at the next WrestleMania or something. But
It
the
just
fact
look
is, I mean, it makes her look bigger going into WrestleMania for sure. She has a win over Nia Jax under her belt now, just like Charlotte. Victories over her and everything. So I mean, they're going to build them up against each other pretty good coming in, and who knows? I don't. Yeah, I know you said you think Charlotte's going to win it. I hope that she doesn't, but and she might. They may put it that way.
Charlotte's winning that match, bro.
The overall tag match show with Trish and everything was good. I thought it was. There was a couple of spots in there that was kind of iffy, unless it was meant to be that way. But I think Stratton was going for that perfect moonsault at one point and almost tripped on the top rope.
But she may have tripped on the top rope, but when she does it, dude, it's the best moonsault I've seen. Period.
And I used to say that Charlotte Flair had a great moonsault.
She did till Tiffy
Yeah,
came.
that's right. Tiffy time has showed her up on that moonsault.
Too bad Tiffany's got to count the lights at WrestleMania.
I'm still gonna pull for her to win though. I think it's time that Charlotte realizes she needs to realize it's Tiffy time, not Charlotte Flair time.
She can realize that she's still gonna lose. I mean, same, bro.
I hope Tiffany Stratton pins her with the moonsault and then woos in her face.
I don't make the rules. I just play the game. It's not me making this call. I'm just saying, Charlotte's winning that match. And if you want, look, if I were you, I would take a couple coins, put down on it.
I'm just saying. I bet you would. I bet you would tell me to bet on that just so you can see me lose it.
No, because I might drop a couple dollars on it. You know what I'm saying? I could use a cash influx. You know what I'm saying? Who couldn't? A couple thousand. They allow you to bet on WrestleMania for some dumb reason. They allow this. Why more wrestling fans aren't rich? I don't understand.
I don't know, but it doesn't make sense to bet on something that's already predetermined or something.
Well, I mean,
anybody with inside information is going to make a bundle off of that, so you can never really do that, or you shouldn't be able to do that. Put it that way.
We get to the end of this PLE. We get to the end of this match card. You find some people who might have bet it one way kind of lost a lot because nobody had what happened happening. Not that I heard. So, but next match was, who was that? Oh, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Yep. Man, they just beat the crap out of each other.
It was a match that was better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think this match was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be bad, but I didn't think it was gonna be good.
Yeah.
But Kevin Owens was
I wanted Sami Zayn to win. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Oh,
but I understand why they did what they did, though. I get it
because Kevin Owens got to get his ass whipped at WrestleMania.
Randy Orton come back. Randy Orton made his return at the Elimination Chamber. Was about to go for that big punt. What happened? All of them stepped in front of him. He let Kevin Owens roll out of the ring. I mean, come on.
You will see that punt at WrestleMania.
I'm sure we will. It's going to happen. He's going to get his payback on it.
Punt that.
You might even see Sami Zayn get a little redemption interference in there too.
That's a good question. What happens to Sami now? Like, does he even have a wrestling? Is it a? Please don't make this a 3-way.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not a 3. I don't want to see a 3-way match. I really don't. If it's going to have Sami involved in any way, then I hope it's something to do with some interference outside where he distracts him or something, or he gets a shot in on him or something like that, or it's a no DQ. Maybe it turns out to be a no DQ match or something, and Sami gets in that way or something.
Sami's got to have a match though, right?
I would think so, but between now and WrestleMania, what are they going to do to build up for him that's going to mean something after what just happened to him? He should be out for a minute after what just happened to him. And then maybe making a return back at WrestleMania to pop up and help cost him the match or something. Or
see, I don't want to see that either. I don't want nobody to be involved. Let them two fight, bro.
I mean, we say let them fight, but they don't do that all the time.
They let Sami and Kevin fight.
I know.
Randy didn't show up after the match was over, so
I've got a couple more here popped in. I see Ishmael popped in. Say good evening,
What's going on?
Mr. Chili Ray. People bet on NFL every week. They know who's going to win before the game. Hey, only if it's in Kansas City. I hope Teeters ain't watching. Only if it's
Oh,
in Kansas City and the referees got those Chief jerseys on.
yeah, well, somebody
If
didn't.
if you are watching, Jeff, I'm just playing, man. I don't mean it really.
I don't know. Hey, Jeff, somebody didn't sign off on that deposit. NFL refs didn't show on that Super Bowl, baby. Hey,
It's it, and like Ralph just pointed out, Kevin Owens been turning on him for 15 years. It's true. They've been going back and forth, best friends, enemies, best friends, enemies, best friends, enemies.
you know,
I mean,
I don't need
their Ring of Honor matches they had when he was El Generico, when Sammy was El Generico, or something else though. If you haven't seen
I,
those,
I don't need a friend like Kevin Owens, bro. I don't need a friend like that. 'Cause
no,
look. I've had friends. We had beef. I probably should. I mean, statute of limitations is up. I would guess, but me and who we were good friends. We weren't exactly best friends. We were good friends. Um, got into a bit of altercation. You know those protractors that had the little needle at the end, make the circle.
yeah, yeah.
I kind of, you know, I was young. I had a really short fuse. Shit happens. We weren't friends after that no more though, and that's
Yeah.
what I want to do to Kevin Owens. Like, you ain't gonna be too many times you're gonna turn on me, bro. Like, I got to cut you off or whip your ass one final time.
Ishmael says that Kevin and Sammy are long term storytelling at its best. That ain't no lie. As long as they've been going from other organizations to here and still going back and forth,
Outside
man.
outside of Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, name a longer feud.
Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee.
I wasn't alive. Well, I was, but I wasn't old
But you
enough.
didn't have access to see that. I mean, I get it, but 20 years minimum back and forth. You're the best friends, tag team partners, tag team champions, bitter enemies,
If
exchanging the
Kevin
belt
knows,
back and forth.
if Kevin and Sammy got another 5 6 years left, they'll hit that 20-year mark. So,
Yeah. Yeah. They could easily do it for sure. But I mean, I really, like I said, that was just a brutal match to watch.
it was, and I
And
appreciate it wasn't. I was. I like how they explained that the barbed wire chair because, like they said, you hear people complaining why would certain things be underneath the ring, like. But I like how they was like, was it what's his name? What's dude name? He used to be in Nexus. What is his name? Why I can't think of his name.
Wade Barrett.
Way back. He said, like, who the hell puts a barbed wire chair? Why would that
Right.
be? So I like how they point that out. Like it's like they doing stuff and like you think you're gonna call them out on it, but they call themselves out on it first. So you can't really call them out on it. Like, because like you said, who the hell puts a barbed wire chair underneath the wrestling ring? Why is this here? So
Someone snuck that under there. I wasn't looking. Man, what?
I,
So,
go ahead.
were you expecting Randy Orton to pop back in at this event? Did you have any thoughts or ideas in your head that he may show up?
Oh, yeah. I mean, anybody can sit here and say, "Well, I knew he was going to do that." I'm not saying I knew. What I'm saying, it was in my like, yeah, this could be a perfect time for Randy to show up, because we all. Well, I'm not gonna say we all know. I By them doing this Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match now,
Mhm.
and like I said, they need them. They gotta have a match at WrestleMania, right? They already did Owens versus Cody. They just did Owens versus Sammy. It's gotta be Randy, right? And
Yeah.
we knew Randy, just like we knew Jay was coming back. We knew Randy was coming back. So
Well, he had to at some point, and Owens is the one that put him out. So it just makes sense he comes back for him.
yeah, and like Triple H said at the press conference, everybody was after Royal Rumble. Everybody was, including you. We don't want Jay Uso. The
I,
vocal
I
minority,
yeah,
the vocal minority.
yeah.
Um, but everybody was like, it don't feel like WrestleMania. This is that, and the third. But does it feel like WrestleMania season now? Like, are you? Because we don't. It's
I mean, we're not far away from WrestleMania, so
what happened at the end. Kind of just it's It's gonna be the buzz up until WrestleMania, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And now, was that the only other two matches in there other than the two Elimination Chamber matches?
it was only 4 matches. And again, what I like, I love the 4 match. You don't get by the time you get tired of watching, it's over.
But I read something earlier online, and Ralph was also telling me about one earlier. Um, on a webpage earlier, we're talking about there were two. There were supposed to be 6 matches, and two of them, I guess, didn't make the cut.
That's a
One of
lie.
them, I don't
That's
know. It's more than one page I've seen it on, and I know how that works, how it gets around everywhere. They
it's
were
a cop.
trying to say that A Town Down Under was
Who?
supposed to go for the tag team matches
Why?
or the tag team belts. I mean,
A Town down. They've been in NXT
I don't know why they'd be challenging for the titles. I would think it'd be
exactly
somebody else,
because it don't make no
but
sense.
there
It
was
was
them, and then there was a match supposedly with Nakamura and LA Knight that was supposed to have been on there, and they
when,
scrapped it or something.
when was that advertised?
I don't know that it was advertised. Ralph,
It,
if you're still listening, you put up what you told me earlier. I don't know.
it
Uh,
wasn't.
uh, Something about Nakamura was supposed to defend against LA Knight at it. When LA Knight won this match with the right to challenge him,
They've
that's what
been
I saw online. And then I think
they
Ralph told me earlier he saw something about they canceled it because not LA Knight, Nakamura had some kind of close family member or someone like it that passed away that was like a brother to him, and he got time off for that, so he had to cancel that match. But I don't ever remember it being brought up as being one of the matches. But to be fair, I don't remember knowing of any matches for the Elimination Chamber except for the chamber matches themselves. I didn't know who the other matches were going to be
I
until they did the whole thing with Sammy wanting the match with Kevin Owens, the non-sanctioned match, and then I knew that was going to be there based on that.
because that's when they announced it. When
But I didn't know about the Tiffy time and Trish Stratus over
dude,
against the other two. I didn't know about that one.
I'm gonna set all this straight right now, and believe what you want, go with what you want. I'm telling you, this has been happening ever since they went to 4 match format. Since they've been doing these 4 match shows, everybody's saying this match was scrapped. There was no scrap matches. That's a bunch of bullshit. Like the first match you just brought up. Why the hell would A Town Down Under be going for a tag team title match?
I
They're
have
not.
no earthly
It's,
idea.
it's 4 teams in that picture right now. Now, if you had said, "Oh, it was a tag team title match between the champions and the Street Profits, or DIY, or Motor City Machine Guns," that would have made sense. I wouldn't have believed it, but would have made more sense. Them facing A Town Down Under is crazy. That bullshit. The second match between Nakamura and I could see a match happening, but that match was never advertised. From since this show been out, they advertised it. Too many. We knew it was going to be 2 chamber matches. We just didn't know the participants. Once we found out who the participants were, we knew those matches. We knew Tiffy and Trish. We knew Kevin and Sammy. There was no other matches advertised. There was no other matches teased. There was no. They do this every time, bro. Every time. It's
Okay,
4 minutes.
well, hold up. I'm sorry, not to cut you off. I misunderstood Ralph apparently because he's got it up there. LA Knight won 2 matches on SmackDown for number one contendership for the U.S. Championship. They never did specify when the match would take place because that sounds like a WrestleMania match to me.
It's going to be made because you got to have more. WrestleMania is 2 nights, so they trying to make matches for 2 nights, bro. Like,
Yeah, he said he assumed it would have happened last night. Okay, I'm sorry, Ralph. I misunderstood you earlier then. But
no,
it does sound like, since they didn't specify when, it does sound like a WrestleMania match.
it'll be a
It's
mania.
the U.S. title up
Yeah.
for grabs, and then
All
these two have built up against each other. They're building up a big thing, so
it's
that would
made.
make more sense for them.
Notice you didn't have a title match last night.
True.
There was no title because all the titles are going to be defended at Mania. The match on Monday between EO and Rhea, they're having that match. Yes, it's a title match, but the winner of that is facing Bianca at WrestleMania for the title. All titles are on the line at Mania. But these outside of Mania and SummerSlam, all of your PLEs are going to be four matches. Every once in a while, you might get a fifth one, but for the most part, they're going to be 4 match shows.
Well, at the rate they were doing things last night, that's all they have time for really to keep attention. They
Yeah,
took what I don't like the breaks they take for the things they're doing with just 4 matches though.
isn't that
I
what that whole after the men's elimination chamber, that was another 30 minutes, right, of time.
yeah.
So around
The,
about
the the only thing I will say, the extra breaks they took allowed me to go visit the TV in the living room for something else for a minute. I was trying to keep up with, thankfully. So I mean, it did do that, but
they only they taking these breaks with number one. They got a buttload of advertisers, so you see them all over the ring. Their ring spot came with a TV spot, pretty sure of it. And then two, like I said, they're not doing skits anymore. They're doing packages to further storylines. How many? When was the last time you seen a backstage skit? You getting more interviews than actual stuff, stupid shit that happen backstage.
thankfully not for a while. I was not a big fan of the backstage skits, really.
Yeah, you're getting more
Yeah.
interviews. You know, they doing the thing that takes up time with people coming in and all that stuff. These
You
entrances,
Do you
God,
remember how they used to have just like Jonathan Coachman back there to talk with people backstage? Like he talked to The Rock before a match or after a match or something, or Cena or somebody, whoever was big having their match at the time. Those are the kind of things backstage I like to see. I don't mind having those quick things there, but these little backstage vignettes that don't make a lot of sense. I just don't really care for.
yeah, that's why they don't do them no more. They don't do them. They do packages to further story, like they show you again, which is for a person like you who, like you said, you don't watch every week anymore. But if you watch these packages, you caught up just like that. You know what's going on. So I think you know, getting
And did you think that, in your opinion? Now I know Chili Ray is saying he thinks this Triple H has matches go too long, but maybe not all of them. But I know that one with Sammy and Kevin. Did you think that? I mean, did it feel to you? It did to me. Did it feel to you like it drug out just a little bit too much?
no,
You don't think so? To me, it felt like it should have been over about 5 or 6 minutes earlier than what it was.
especially if Randy was coming out, you gotta beat Sammy down, and you can't just beat Sammy with because this is the end of it. They're not. I hope for a long time they're not having another match, but this was the end of that particular part of that feud, right? So it's gotta play out. Could it have ended 5 or 6 minutes earlier? Possibly, it could have. I'm not saying it couldn't have, but I don't think it drug out too long either.
Yeah, it just felt to me like it did. I was like, it's at one point I was tired of seeing the kickouts because I'm like, what more could they possibly do to each other at this point? Because
I see what
we'd
people
already
that
we'd already seen the whole barbed wire chair and him, Kevin Owens getting that suplex under the chair.
straight right quick. I see what people are saying that he had to. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying he didn't have a friend that passed away. That part I'm not saying. What I'm saying was that match was never advertised, teased, or anything. They said LA Knight won a number one contendership match. They didn't say he won a title shot. I mean, he won a match on the pay per view. They never advertised his match for the Elimination Chamber. This is a Mania match, not Elimination Chamber. I don't know why I got confused, but I'm not saying Nakamura didn't have a friend. I'm not saying he's not out for that. That is very well possibly true. I don't know. I didn't see it, so I'm not saying it is or it ain't true. I'm just saying I didn't see that. Could be true. But as far as the match being advertised for a U.S. title match, that was never booked.
So we'll move on to the final elimination match, the men's elimination chamber.
Why do look?
No, I'm not trying to
Fans,
change the subject. I mean, I don't. I'm just. I want to make sure we get it in before we run out of time and everything.
no, I got a few more minutes. I just want to make sure that I say this. I'm not one of those wrestling fans that reads and just believes everything they read, or like because I've seen too much of this stuff is copy paste, and if I don't know, I got a little bit of an intelligent brain, so some of the stuff that you read, I had, you know,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
um, like
High
some of the
school education.
it's not a vocational school. Oh,
Damn it.
Uh, like some of the stuff don't even make sense that they post, bro. Like it don't even make logical sense, and people believe it and run with it. And I'm allergic to stupidity, and I'm not calling anybody stupid. I'm saying what people are posting is stupid. And then look at the names of the places that it's coming from, like all elite marks. Like, am I going to believe a story from them without a link to anything
Sure.
else?
They're
No,
all elite,
marks exactly.
but they're still all elite. I mean,
Well, if you want to be elite at being a mark,
you can't, surely you can't get a title of being all elite without being elite. I mean,
if you want to be,
there's, they're,
if you
they're not
want to,
making that up, are they?
if you want to be elite at being a mark, I am not going to stand in your way of what you want to accomplish. Go be
So
one. Go do it. Knock yourself out.
give us a definition of a mark so that people understand. There might be some people out there that don't understand fully the term of mark.
Look, I'm not trying to say at some point that the actual we're all actual definition of a mark. We're the people
We
that's
are.
paying. We're the people that's paying the money, right?
Yeah.
We're the but the I guess the derogatory part about it is, oh, these people will believe everything. They believe anything. I'm not one of them.
I usually refer to it as the know-it-all fan, the one that wants to say that they know this is going to happen or they knew this was going to happen, and then whenever they say it doesn't happen, what they predict was like, oh well, I knew just before the show happened they let it loose that this wasn't going to go and it was going this direction. I just didn't get time to mention it, you know. Or
My favorite
yeah,
one,
that's
all the uh, uh, I know the person that knows this person, or you go listen to some podcasts. They'll tell you all day long.
my
I have
friend's brother's cousin's uncle on his mom's side,
this
twice
how
removed.
this how I know that line is bullshit. When they say I have a friend, and then I'm not going to say who it was and all that stuff. That's when you know it's bullshit, bro. Because who knows random person that works backstage? Like if you say their name, who knows that random person? Like if I tell you I know John that works backstage at the arena and he saw something, like who the fuck knows John? But no, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want his name out. Shut the fuck up, bro.
I got a friend named John that works backstage at WWE. John Doe. Do you know him? No, it's okay. It's cool.
His,
Anyway, he said,
his sister's name is Jane. Don't know any.
he said she's over the women's division.
Oh, Jane Doe. She's a seamstress assistant. She heard. Let's get to this last elimination chamber match.
Hey, look, I'm going to say this right now. We're about to find out how fickle some of these fans really are. All you've been hearing for years, John Cena should be healed. John Cena should be healed. Now that he's healed, what are they going to do? Are they going to cry? Or are they going to support it?
What have you heard me always say, man? These people always ask for stuff and they want it until they get it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I just want to. I'm waiting to see how that's going to turn out.
I don't like. Wait till he wins.
Did you see his press? Did you see his press conference at the end of it? His little press where he came out and done. He just come out, sat down, picked it up, dropped it, got up, walked out. That was it.
He said a lot by saying nothing.
Yeah. Did you see the thing online? I don't know if I asked you this earlier or not. Did you see the thing online where somebody said, there's a still picture of him and Rock with he's got his foot down, press on Cody's head, you know, in defeat. And there's a thing that somebody says with a picture of Hogan, Hall, and Nash below it, going, I think I've seen this somewhere before.
Oh, I have Busted Open Radio on my excellent in my car, and I was listening. It's either my satellite's either on Busted Open or Fight Nation or whatever, or Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. But they were talking about which one was the more impactful, or which one was the better heel turn, Hogan or John Cena. Now look, I'm a Hulkamaniac from way back then, but you know, as I posted on my page, I was a Hulkamaniac, but then I grew up, you know. I'm not falling for the eat, you know, all that shit. Anyway, I think it was more impactful because even though Hogan was a heel, he was a heel before everybody could see he was a heel. Like you only knew he was heel in the territory that he was in, or if you happen to have a newsletter or you know something like that, you didn't really know Hogan was a heel. So a lot when he
Right.
came to WWF, when he started the whole Hulkamania thing, a lot of people never saw him as a heel. They
He was
just
a
saw
heel in he was a heel in Memphis when he wrestled there, along with Brutus Beefcake.
he was he was a
They
heel
were
in
the they were the Boulder brothers.
yeah, he was a heel in AWA when he first got there. He was a
Yeah,
heel.
yeah.
So when he did it, it was like, whereas when John Cena came in, he was babyface, then a heel, then a babyface for 20 years, and now he's a heel again. So I would say Hogan is more impactful, but I think the way, and look, I was NWO for life all the way through. But for some reason I like this one better.
Do you think Hogan was more impactful because his career was more or less on the downside until he did that? I
I
mean,
think
Cena's career is not really on the
it
downside.
was
When he comes back, they always take back to him.
it was more impactful for a number of reasons because he was the first heel. I mean, first babyface on that level because nobody was on Hogan's level back then in the
Yeah,
80s, 90s, and all that. Nobody was on Hogan's level, right?
right.
He was the first babyface to turn heel on that level, and then the way he did it, and then the run he had after that made it more made it big like that. Um, I'm not saying I think Hogan's is more impactful, but I like Cena's better.
Ralph and I were talking earlier about Cena, and he's got it posted down there like we were talking earlier. We were wondering if maybe the whole Cena retirement thing if it's a hoax or something. He's going to go longer, and they said it because that whole planned turn with The Rock was coming up and everything.
Playing Monday quarterback, so to speak. If you go back and watch what Cena said at the last press conference, he said, "I earned this." That's when he started. If you go back and look at it now,
He was
he
really
didn't.
sounding kind of thuggish in a way, kind of
He was always sounding heelish. He was saying it. He was telling
yeah,
people, "Look,
heelish.
I did. I put in the work. I deserve this title. I'm going to take this title. I'm not asking nobody's permission. I'm good." He just put himself in an elimination chamber. He said, I'm winning this title." Going back now and think about it, how do you come in here and say I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna like, and you got Rock saying he's the final boss. He runs everything. You Rock just gonna let Cena come in and do what he want? They were working together, right? So
Yeah. What was so great about that moment though? And I'm not trying to bypass the whole match or anything, but what was so great about that moment when Cody and Rock had come out was that it. First off, I was not expecting Cody to say what he said to The Rock. I was expecting something to turn him down, but not such extreme. Go after
so
yourself, Rock. Y'all wasn't expecting that. And when Cena comes over, he's celebrating it like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And he gives that big hug to him right when The Rock starts doing the crowd reaction when The Rock goes, he's like, that's it right there. The crowd was like, oh, and you see the look in Cena's eyes just changed really bad. And you're like, no way. And the people in the audience were going nuts. They knew it was coming
just like
when
in
he
the
did
women's
that.
match, they had good acting in that match. We had good acting in this one.
Yeah, it was something else.
Back to the beginning. Who did you think was gonna? Who did you predict to win the match before the match started?
I told you last time we talked, if you remember, I said I was picking John Cena to win it. You go back and look at our live thing we did. I told you I picked John Cena to win it, not because of the reason it happened,
Right.
not because of that, but because of who won the Royal Rumble. It wasn't him; he was next to last. I thought they were going to go ahead and give him Elimination Chamber as a victory. Plus, that put him up there tied with Triple H with 4 wins in Elimination Chamber. So to me, it sounded logical as far as wrestling sense goes when you're thinking about it. But how that's not always the way it goes either. So I was a little worried it wasn't going to happen. But then, sure enough, you see Seth go over there and do the curb stomp on CM Punk on the steel part coming out, and that's gonna cause a whole stir now come Monday Night Raw
Yeah,
because now he done went and screwed CM Punk out of his chance
I
of where
didn't.
he should have been.
I didn't want that to happen, but I didn't want CM Punk to win, but I thought CM Punk was going to win.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, he's not winning.
I was like, when he stomped him, I thought I thought he would have rolled out of the ring, but they didn't show him for a little bit, so I didn't know where he was. I thought he didn't rolled out of the ring, and then he comes out of nowhere and just stomps his head down into into the steel part there, and then Cena sees it and runs up and grabs him real quickly, pounced on him because it's time to I got to categorize capitalize on this, and then throws him in that move till he just passes out, which was smart because if you go for a pin, and there's always that chance CM Punk's going to kick back out of that as well, so do that. Uh, Ralph says the Rock placed Cena in that match. He didn't have to earn his spot at all. It kind of made it all make sense now.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. Um, so John Cena wins. He turns on Cody. Him and Cody at WrestleMania. I'm picking John Cena. Um, let's put that off to the side. We know that's happening.
Oh, can I say one more thing about Chamber though, real quick?
What's that?
I was so glad to see Logan Paul getting get knocked out or get put out by CM Punk after what he did the other night. A little quick slap and backed out laughing at him. And Punk tells him, "You're going to be in a cage and you can't get away from me." There, he made good on his promise.
I
He
love
didn't get away from him.
I love Logan Paul. That's the
I
homie.
know you do. That's why I said it. That's why I was so glad to see him lose and get knocked out.
That's the homie. I love that guy. So yeah, like I said, we know Cena, Cody, got that. Is it safe to say we get Seth, CM Punk?
Yes. There's no way around it. Yes. You have to have that match at WrestleMania right now. They're not going to settle this on a Monday Night Raw. That's not how it's going to work.
Mm.
There's no way you can do that. What he has done to him now, he's had that jealousy. And like the announcers pointed out, Seth Rollins let that jealousy of CM Punk cost him the match. He could have pinned Cena when he knocked him through, when he slammed him through that one chamber pod. He looked like he was knocked out. He could have pulled him in probably and covered him for the pin, but he didn't. He left him laying there and went back at CM Punk. So, you know, and I also wonder, with that being the case, they're going to have a match then. What happens with Roman Reigns wanting to come back and get it seen at Seth Rollins?
That's what I'm trying to figure out now. Which is, look, this is the part of wrestling I like.
Yeah.
I can have an idea what's going to happen, but I kind of want to know what's going to happen.
But there's where your classic three-way match comes into play.
Oh,
we may not want to see it, but that's where it comes into play because there's no love lost between CM Punk and Roman Reigns either.
No, we don't. Come on, Trip. Come on, Trips. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Look, do I want to see a three-way match? No. Am I gonna pitch a bitch about it? No. Am I gonna like it?
Mm-hmm. One way or another, you're gonna like it.
I may have to force myself to like it. I just don't.
They'll make something out of it. If it goes with a three-way match, they'll make good on it. I mean, we like the Elimination Chamber. That's like a six-way match. It could be if they had all of them in the same time.
Yeah, it's way different. Where does this favor come in at? That's that Paul Heyman. Oh,
see, I don't know, and they've still got that lingering out there. Maybe the favor is that Roman Reigns is going to owe me down the road, and I'm going to call in that favor for him to come do, to come help out or tag with him or come do something for him or something. Maybe it's got something to do with Seth Rollins at this point. I don't know. What kind of favor could he be wanting from Paul Heyman anyway?
That's the thing. Me, Mr. Wrestling, I'm stumped. I don't know where. I hate that question. Where is this going? Because I don't think we should know where it's going. I think we should. It's more fun to try to guess without having a concrete answer.
It's fun to talk about the what ifs.
Yes, there's so many of them because you really don't know what's. There's no. Sometimes there's breadcrumbs leading you to certain things. I don't even know what the bread. There's no hints. I don't know what the favor could be.
Well, then again, those breadcrumbs are leaving you to a false direction too sometimes, and then the swerve comes in.
There you go. Oh God, no.
Maybe his favor will be to have Paul Heyman bring back ECW.
Look, We have we
We can look as much as we might need something like a good ECW, like the old ECW. While we might need it, we ain't gonna get it back again.
let ECW live on videotape.
That's what I'm saying. It was what it was. It was great when it came out. You know, when it was great the time it was out. We saw a lot of great people come through that's wrestling today.
Look, it's a few things in wrestling we don't need to see again, right? We don't need to see ECW reunion. Okay. We don't need to see Ric Flair have another match.
No, no.
Okay. Uh, um, I'm a DX fan. We don't need a DX reunion. We don't need an NWO. Well, we can't have an NWO reunion. We can, but
Right.
we can't. We don't need to see none of these. No, if you were in the '90s, we don't need to see another reunion of you.
Listen,
We can,
listen.
we can celebrate you when you go in the Hall of Fame and all that good stuff. Love to do that. We don't need another group reunion.
Since he brought up ECW, I had a video I was going to send you earlier, and I really, really wanted to do it, and I backed out, and didn't do it. I said, "No, this is gonna egg him on. He's gonna bury me with more videos. I'm not going to do it." Ray has sent me quite a few videos of people really getting into Jey Uso coming to the ring because he's popular when he fans when he comes to the ring. They all do the dance, they all yell the yeet, they do the whole thing, right? And there was this video is like the most underrated entrance in ECW ever. And I was like, are they talking about Sandman? Because that wasn't underrated. That was great, And what it was Al Snow coming out with head, mannequin head. Everybody in the crowd had a mannequin head. They were holding it up like this and shaking it as
Which
he
is
would come to the ring.
like you think Yeet is stupid. I
That
thought
was equally as stupid.
it was equally stupid, but
I know.
it was fun. People
I
got
thought it was funny, is what I thought. I don't think it was fun. I thought it was just funny.
what have I always told you? As long as you come out there and find something to get the crowd invested in you,
Yeah.
you won, bro. You won. You won. That's the name
What
of the.
was
I need
what
to
was
get.
it Ralph said about Ric Flair's last match?
Oh,
Was it he ended up wearing a t-shirt. Yeah. He had a t-shirt on. That was in Nashville, wasn't it?
we don't look. God, look, we don't need to see it.
I'm pretty sure that was in Nashville. He had that match. He teamed up with
Jay,
he teamed up with Jeff was it Jeff Jarrett?
no, he faced Jeff Jarrett, but he
Face Jeff Jarrett.
teamed with Jay Lethal.
There you go. That's it.
No, wait a minute. Jeff
No, it was Jarrett. It was Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
and Ric Flair and was it Andrade?
It may have been because he was with Charlotte Flair at the time, so it may have been Andrade.
I didn't watch it,
But
bro.
yeah,
I didn't.
he's wearing a t-shirt because he had not worked out in who God knows how long. He's probably
He's
flabby and saggy and everything else. He didn't want to show it.
fucking damn near 80 years old, bro.
He
Fuck,
he couldn't be wooing at the women in the front row talking about how he hit them all, including the fat one right there, and make her cry.
we don't
He
need that.
couldn't do that like he always said.
We don't need
So
to see.
he kept that t-shirt on.
Look, like I said, it's WrestleMania season, and there's a lot of other stuff that's cooking, and I can't wait to see how things play out. I can't. I'm fully invested in what's going on. I'm not paying $10,000 to see it, but but I'm fully invested in what's going on in WrestleMania. It's shaping to be a good one. Look, they always get you around this time. I don't know why people complain about. I don't like this WrestleMania. This WrestleMania's gonna suck. Like, man, shut up. By the time WrestleMania gets here, you're gonna have your refreshments. You're gonna have your food. You can have a couple people over. You can have this big WrestleMania party, and for 2 nights, you go sit your ass in front of the TV and you're gonna watch WrestleMania. So,
It's like an all weekend event now, though.
so all y'all,
That's the one that's the only thing I don't like about it is they made it a 2-day event.
and it should be because I couldn't do them 7 hour shows, bro. I couldn't do it.
But back whenever they were only doing the 4-hour shows, and maybe not, everybody didn't make the cut for WrestleMania, and they shortened the matches down some and
Here's
things like that.
do like this. I love the long shows when I was younger, and then round about the time they said, you know what, we're gonna make this a 2 hour event, was round about the time I started feeling them 8 hour shows. I was like, I can't do this. The last two,
We
the last two WrestleManias before it became a 2 night show, I fell asleep.
what we ought to do. This will be fun. Do you have a Discord for your channel or for your show?
Uh, if not, I can make one.
You should have a Discord and then bring put the make a permanent invite for to let people come like they do follow you here, follow you in the Discord, and
Mhm.
then you could always have a WrestleMania hangout party for those who are watching it just want to hang out in Discord and talk about the matches.
I might just do that. I might do that.
Mighty, and be able to stream some of your screen there to
We
your
might.
Discord.
We might do that.
Yeah, it's something to think about.
My that funny story about that, Ralph. He said the only WrestleMania that did not live up to the hype was the scene one with Cena face Miz. Funny story. So on my father's side of the family is where I get my wrestling fandom from. Some people on my mother's side like it, but not as much as on my father's side. My stepmother and my brother and sister had just happened to be that was in Atlanta, right? They happened to be in Atlanta. They didn't go to WrestleMania. And they're not, they know what they know I like. They know wrestling. My brother used to like watch it when he was younger. He grew out of it. They had no idea WrestleMania was going to be in Atlanta. They happened to be there, and they got. That's the I like you send me pictures of you with these divas. Um, I looked them up. I got all these texts of people like, why are they standing in front of a WrestleMania sign? What's going on? Come to find out, they in Atlanta. They walking around all kind of wrestlers. Is because this is before WWE shut down. All these indie promotions used to come out and have matches and cards and stuff around WrestleMania weekend. WWE kind of shut that down a little bit. So yeah, he was like, my brother's like, man, why? What's going on? Like, is WrestleMania really? I'm like, yeah, bro. Why are y'all down there? How did you not know y'all going down there for something? And y'all didn't know WrestleMania was gonna be there. So they didn't go to WrestleMania, but they were at WrestleMania. And my ass, who really should be going to WrestleMania, ain't been the one. So
I can't say, I don't know. I would put the money up for one,
that
honestly.
shit, bro. Look, I got one in college and two ready to go in the next 5 years. I ain't spending 10,000 for 2 nights of nothing unless it's with a certain female actress. Other than that, I'm not
I
the cash, bro.
I mean, I know I'm guilty of throwing my money away at Comic Cons, but that's like my guilty pleasure. I like me and Ralph talked earlier about something else.
I spend
R-
my
uh,
this is
Ralph does customs for like custom wrestling figures. He'll make different versions like the old LJNs used to look like.
mm,
The picture I showed you earlier, he does a really good job on them. Uh, I had the same thing with the Comic Cons. I mean, all my bills are paid, right? I'm not missing anything. I'm not hurting on anything. So if I got a little extra money to spend for some fun times, you can't take it with you when you go.
well,
I mean, have your fun time. I don't have the kids to put through college right now. I got one kid who is doing college stuff, but you know,
like I said, I got a 19-year-old, I got a 17-year-old, I got a 13-year-old. I have one grandchild and one on the way. So outside
what
of
what
outside,
you're saying is you have no hope for money coming up anytime
no,
soon.
again, you can see what I spend my money on. If it
Yeah.
ain't something like this, I ain't getting it. I got I got a pair of speakers on the way. This they should be here Friday, hopefully. Um, yeah, that's what I spend. I
So so
all my
how far are you from Lexington, Kentucky? You could make that drive and see Trish Stratus.
shit. Like I told you before we went on the air, I got to do work on my car. So yeah, every time I get money, life just says, you know what, I need that.
Yeah, his life says, "Hold my beer." Let's show Ralph. Let's just show. Sorry, to say Ralph. Let's show Ray something here.
So, my son, I'm trying to teach my son how to move in this world. He has his own wallet and all that stuff. Looks like he's 13. I'm teaching him how to, teach him how to work his way with through life with money. You know, teach him young so he won't be asking me for it when he gets older.
All right.
He's just, I got money. Let me go buy some stuff. What are you going to get? He went and bought. My son spent $20 in snacks.
Oh my God, I'm not even gonna. I don't know if I should say this or not.
What?
Chili Ray Phillips,
No.
man. Listen, we know how crazy you are, but if you got 10K to spend on something, I don't want to hear about you spending it on an IROC Camaro or strippers and blow. Okay, I don't want to hear about that.
It's Christ.
If
Jesus.
you do get the IROC though, send me pictures. I want to see it.
strippers and blow. Fucking degenerate. You're fucking degenerate. Fucking degenerate. What's wrong with this guy? The first thing that came to his mind was strippers and blow. Got it.
No. The IROC was the first thing that come to mind. Then the strippers.
Well, you can't get the strippers unless you got the IROC, right?
I don't think he can get the IROC for 10K either. So I mean, it's gonna cost him more than that probably. So he probably revert to the strippers and the
Not one that runs well, anyway.
Right. That's great, man. That's great.
On a Sunday, he said something like that. What's wrong with you? Go to church. Go to church, Shelly. Go to church. Get your life together, man. Do you not see what's going on in Hollywood right now? You want to be one of those people? Stop it. Sir, good show. Good pay-per-view. I'm ready for WrestleMania. How about you? Did that just
I
rhyme?
am ready.
Did that just rhyme?
It did. You were a poet and didn't know it.
Man, look, let me get off here and bust a beat down and write a rap right quick.
Made a rhyme that time. That's great.
Make me a $10,000 song so I can go get me some strippers and blow.
Make a 10,000. What's that? What's the first part of it you said? Make you a $10,000
song.
A $10,000 song, so you can get some strippers and blow. There you go. There's your opening line.
God damn it.
I get part of it when you make it. I get part of the money.
Nah, there you go. There you go. Sticking his hand in the cookie jar. Look at him.
I lay my claim to it. I participated and I put some effort into it.
Let me end this show before Chris wants a full writer's credit on Monday. I'll be playing this guy residuals for the rest of my life.
That's right.
Royalties. Oh, royalty, Chris.
Royalties.
You playing, and you know what he's be doing? You know what you'll be doing with your royalties? Strippers and
blow.
I'm just thinking, that is Chris. This has been a Front Row Wrestling Podcast. We are out.
Later, guys.